I got dinged on YouTube for apparently having sexual partial nudity on one of my videos. And when I looked up the actual video that was is in question, it's the one that I talk about loose skin. In the thumbnail, I have four pictures, right? I have one where I'm at my biggest size, and then like a step down, and then how I am now. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh wow. I'm over here getting told by YouTube I had some titties on video. I was like, oh, all right, cool. Not like I didn't know that shit, but thanks, bro. Like, how does it go? It's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's like I'm over here trying to show you right some stuff, and over here I'm getting flagged for titties on video. Basically, it's like you can't make this shit up, man. So like this is one thing that I tend to experience when I break away from like a longer fast, usually the next day. If I pair up breaking a longer fast with during the following day, listening to like very soothing, I don't know how to say this, but I guess like high frequency music. So like if you were to go like on YouTube, right, and you were to put like quote God frequency or something, anything along those lines that has like very sort of like angelic sounds and stuff. This is what I found when it comes to like breaking a fast and then listening to like very, I guess let's call it God frequency music. I don't know I don't know what else to call it. I don't know what it is, but like it puts me in this very like zen, very like compassionate sort of state of mind. Like, so like throughout today, there was a few times that as I'm over here just like, introspecting and reflecting, not here like where I'm at right now, but just out and about like at Target and whatnot. And this would have felt really weird to say, but right now at this very moment, I'm like, it doesn't feel weird to say that there was a few moments that I was basically on the verge of like shedding tears. And not just for like any not reason, basically. So like not for no reason at all. It was like tears from a place of like compassionate yin yang or something. So like you ever see somebody and then like something about you seeing a certain person, they like remind you of you, I guess. So like maybe you see somebody that's like 5, maybe 10 years younger than you, or just somebody younger than you in general. And something about how they carry themselves just like reminds you of you a little bit. Like in your own head, you're like, oh my God, that person reminded me of me like from like way long ago, right? You ever like, feel that towards somebody? I guess this is the part that was having me on the verge of tears. So think of that very moment when you're like looking at somebody and for some reason they feel like a younger version of you for whatever reason. So you've had that thought, right? Now think of the fact that there's probably somebody older than you that when they look at you, they feel that same thing. You may not understand exactly from what angle they're like, what lens they're viewing you through, but you know that because you've seen somebody who's younger than you, and let's say it was on the more happy side, right? You saw somebody that's younger than you, and something about how they are carrying themselves not only reminds you of you, right? But like it puts a smile on your face, right? I guess the part that almost had me on the verge of tears is just thinking about that very dynamic, but like in reverse. Something about thinking about that oh my God. It's like something about thinking about that dynamic in reverse. There's something that feels like somebody's looking out for you or something. Like somebody like cares. I guess that's just me right now. I don't know, maybe you too. So like when I see somebody who's younger than me and I feel like almost smiling, usually not only do they remind me of me a little bit, but I want to help them for some reason. I just want to help them. So when I think of that dynamic in reverse, it's almost like I feel like this extra sense of love, or maybe not love, but maybe support, Because like right now, if there's somebody who has more experience than me at something, or maybe they're older, and they see something in me, and for whatever reason, in them seeing something in me, they just feel compelled to help me, right? Coming from a place of feeling like, misunderstood or misheard, there's something so like healing about that. And I guess that's like the thought that had me on the verge of tears a few times. And you know what? I'm going to take that a step further. Me personally, for far too long, I've had trust issues. So, for example, somebody might see something in me, but because of trust issues, I never even give them a chance to begin with to help me, if they even actually were to, help me, wanted to help me to begin with. Let's say that they did. I've had, trust issues to the point where I was like, no, heck no. I don't know. One other thought that when I pair up with like the post breaking of a fast thing paired up with some God frequency music and that thinking I was just talking about, those three things, right? Is me having this thought of, why don't you just give that one person the benefit of the doubt and just see what happens? Push comes to shove, maybe they really are this. Maybe they really are a scam artist, right? Maybe they are. Maybe they were out to get you. But what if they're not? What if they actually do help you? Not only that, what if in them helping you, a symbiotic thing happens and where you almost give them the gift of being able to experience the joy of helping you. You get to experience the joy of feeling like somebody cares, and this symbiotic dance takes place, and a sense of healing takes place. Wouldn't that be nice? But I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I'll say this one last thing. The more that I find myself so-called, quote, healing, right? So, being able to be more calm, more at peace, not feeling like all hyper-vigilant, not like looking around everywhere. The more I can see pain, I'm at a point now where like when I see somebody that looks happy, but like a little too happy, like maybe their smile just seems like a little extra put together. Something bad happens in their life, but like somehow they just pep on through it with a smile. I can almost sense pain, misunderstanding, and like craving to be seen and understood. And I'll be out and about and I'll notice that. And there's almost like a part of me that just like wants to hug the person. If I were to do that, for one, it would be a little strange. But two, because I've actually been that person myself, I know what I would do if somebody came out of nowhere with an almost clairvoyant sense of being able to read people. And if somebody came up to me sensing pain through my smile, I would have denied it. And I know because I did it a few times. And through that very smile through which I denied the pain that I was hiding, I've even snapped at people who I felt I was being seen through. Not only seen through, but they would attempt to so-called help me. They were actually trying to help. I believe it now. I see it now. But when you're there in like that dark but peppy, happy place where you're not really happy, but you're kind of peppy, to accept that hand is almost like admitting that there is something wrong. And of course, there's nothing wrong. So therefore, there's no need for, said a hug. Why are you hugging me? I'm actually fine right now. Right? And it's like, if I'm so fine, then why the hell am I snapping at somebody who's somehow seeing something through me? So that's what I have for now. I'll leave it at that. That's one of the things that I have noticed, employ, and I do with fasting. Usually after a longer fast. And then it doesn't always have to be like a longer, like a 4-day or something. Sometimes this state of mind just kicks in if I'm just eating once a day or like, it just depends. But when it kicks in, I detect it, I feel it, and I capitalize because it's one of the most healing things ever. It'll be like I'll break a fast, right, with my one meal, and at some point during the next day, usually between the afternoon and like 6 p.m. It just depends. There'll be this state of mind that kicks in. A little bit hard to describe. And when I pair it up with some more like angelic sort of, God frequency sounds, and that's in addition to that symbiotic, feeling heard thinking, or, thinking of somebody I want to help out. So thinking in terms of helping, it usually leads me to that introspective state of mind that then leads to basically everything I just said. So hopefully that's something that helps you in some way, or heck, let me know. Maybe that's something you've experienced yourself. And I'll tell you what, if this sounds interesting and you would like more clarification as to like how I go about it, hey, let me know. I'll go ahead and, when the moment hits, I'll try to be a little bit more self-aware in the how can I put this to words category, because it's one of those things that I'm putting to words on the fly right now. I'm trying to, it's like a quick SOP. It's like, hey, post fast, angelic sounds, thinking in terms of helping people. And somehow those three things don't marinate into these moments where I'll be like on the verge of tearing up in public and not feel weird, because that's not the priority at all. I'm just feeling compassionate. And it feels great. It's just one of the most healing feelings ever. So, yeah, that's about it. Hopefully that helps. Yeah. Until next time.